watched Stomp the Yard on Saturday night?
You can't tell anybody that without that person laughing. Because your brother did the same thing last night. Welcome to Overdrive AF, the official podcast of Overdrive Fitness. My name is Teddy Gerzon. I'm joined by Gina Marie Gerzon.
What's up?
As always, social team coordinator, Destroyer.
What's up?
And we have Titan and Brajol. And James the British is working out in the background. So, what was I going to say? Oh, right. So, unfortunately, we have no rapper doppelgangers on this week. But maybe sometime soon.
You just say that I look like one of the Beastie Boys and people would probably believe you.
Hey. Yes.
We have Mac Miller putting together the social media for this.
Yeah.
Well, Andre 3000 will be back on when we do our pie tasting tutorial.
Hell yeah. That's what's up.
Because Rich loves his apple pie.
That's right.
And he always seems to fit it in his macros.
That's the best. So, all right. Last week we spoke about how unnecessary it is to train the aerobic system all the time, especially once it's developed. And one of our coaches, maybe he's not one of our coaches, maybe he might be a she, I don't know. Not going to mention any names, but this person did relay to me that one of their former track teammates is in college. She runs the 100 and 200, and her coach had to run cross country. And this is immediately after we spoke about all this. And what happened? She got fucking slower. Mind blown. So we're going to go over training residual effects today, later on in the episode. But before we get to that, let's talk about your mileage covered this past week, and how many workouts you got in.
Yeah, so last week was a return to form for the workouts. I was in on Monday and Friday, like I like to be. And I got in about 18, maybe a little more than 18
That's
miles.
good.
I
Nice,
would have
Des.
liked to do more, but, Halloween, going somewhere, throws off the whole
You got
schedule.
some movement in. You got movement in. You got daily movement in.
What'd you do for Halloween?
I was with some friends in Westchester hanging out.
Did you dress up?
We did dress up for a little bit.
Okay. I want to know.
What were you?
We were the Team Titan.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Which one are you?
I got roped into it late, so I had to be Raven, unfortunately.
Okay.
But, I would have preferred, a Robin or something like that. We make two.
For those that don't know, I was Urkel.
Well, they should just.
Haven't seen it.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
You're gonna have to link that out in the description. Yeah, that was a fun costume. That was so easy to do. And what I loved about it was that I had so many people tell me that day, like as soon as they walked in, they saw it and they're like, I needed that laugh. And I'm like, damn, were that many people having shitty weeks up until I was playing with my suspenders?
It's functional, too. I'm sure you can rework those overalls into another.
Dude, people didn't realize that those jeans, they weren't really jeans, were cut and designed to be worn that high. Because someone was like, so how's your moose knuckle?
Oh my god.
I was like, it's my fupa, so get it right, and it's comfortable.
Well, you had suspenders, and I think that's all you cared about at that point.
Yes, I'm a big suspenders guy.
Yeah.
I mean, they help a lot for the dancing.
Yeah.
So if you've got no ideas and you just start freestyling
Mhm.
like that, you're
Yeah.
ready.
It keeps you from making the awkward Ricky Bobby Joe Biden hand movements. So at least you have somewhere to holster your thumbs.
Yeah.
It's all about tempo,
But yeah, Halloween was fun. Moving on. So yeah, Halloween passed. I'm sure everyone ate a lot of candy, which is fine. you know.
It's
But
tradition.
yeah,
You're exempt this time.
except for that one parent that came by our house. Their kids were adorable. They were like 3 and 4. One was a witch, and her hat was as tall as she was. The other one was a cow with full-on udders. I was dying. And
So cute.
I bent down, and I had the bowl of candy in front of them, and I was like, take as much as you want. And the mom was like, then the cow started grabbing by the hoofful. And then the mom's like, only one. I was like,
Uh-oh.
Who are you?
so of course I was like, grab more.
You just killed my dreams. Oh.
Like, why would you do that to a child? Fascist.
I
Call
can't.
CPS after that.
That mom's favorite candy is probably candy corn.
Toothbrushes.
That's hard for me to grasp, right? Growing up with my mom still has her chocolate business.
Yes.
But coming home every night, and as long as we ate our dinner, she'd bring us little special boxes of whatever we liked from the store. All fresh, like chocolate pretzels, truffles. Oh, God.
The truffle game is dope.
Caramels, everything. It's just like that was like quality. Like, you know, you go into the store and be like, all right, I'll get a Reese's, or I'll get no. It's right out of the showcase. What'd you make today, Mom? The best.
No, the dogs did not dress up for Halloween. So,
They were too busy barking at everyone.
yeah.
Who are you? I don't recognize you.
Some scary things did happen on Halloween, though. So, the Jets had a backup quarterback, and he won. Yeah, they beat the 5-2 or 5-1 Bengals, which is crazy, right? So, how they pulled that off, I don't know. I mean, you can't be a team wearing Halloween colors and lose on Halloween. Like, and then losing to the Jets must be your nightmare. So, that was crazy. I credit. I'm not a superstitious guy, but I think it's because I was wearing my Mark Gastineau jersey all day. I could be wrong, though.
So now every Sunday, Teddy has to wear his jersey.
Yeah, but I'm going to go full Winnie the Pooh style and not wear any pants with it. It's oversized, or it's not.
Put a little belt around the waist.
Fan theory, Winnie the Pooh was really a pedophile.
Oh my goodness.
Crop top, no pants. I mean, come on, think about it. He was for children. Christopher Robin. Yeah. So, all right. So, let's revisit what we brought up last week.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
We had Rich on last
Right.
week.
We had Rich last week.
Andre 3000.
Andre 3000. All right. So, anyway, we had mentioned, once your aerobic system is established for an athlete, you only need to revisit it every 30 days, give or take 5 days, because the duration of the residual effect lasts that long, right? Now, when it comes to maximal strength, it's the same thing. So, unfortunately, in sports and in strength conditioning, we have very polar ends of the field where there are actually a lot of people that live on either side, where people are like, you don't need to sprint that much or run that much, just lift heavy. Squatting and deadlifting is all you need for your core. Then we have the other side where it's like, they're fucking old school. I don't know how they're allowed to train any athletes, but they don't want their athletes doing any strength movement. And on like many things, the best place to live is right in the middle, right? So you lean towards whichever direction when it's necessary for that athlete. However, once you develop your maximal strength, that only needs to be revisited every 30 days, give or take 5. All right. So, for instance, there's a trainer out there, Bobby Stroop, right? He does almost zero strength training or max strength training with his professional athletes. Like, Patrick Mahomes does not fucking squat over 90% every week because it's not necessary, right? Because, how much do you have to squat to be the best quarterback in the NFL? with the exception of this year. He's shit in the bed this year. So, moving on, right? There's another thing, strength endurance. So it's the ability to produce a powerful movement, a strong movement, right, and exert any type of muscular force against some sort of resistance, right? Whether it be throwing a ball or pushing another body. Usually you're supposed to last at least 10 seconds. So I would say 15 to 30 seconds, sometimes more, right? Strength endurance needs to be able to, or it needs to be trained every 2 weeks. Okay, so once you establish your aerobic system and your max strength, you don't need to come back to it that often. However, I think we did go over it before, right? Sprinting needs to be done weekly, and you need to strength train at least every other week. Right there is your recipe to becoming a successful athlete. Boom. What should you do with your extra time? I don't know. Master your fucking sport. Which is why I'm going to say something that's kind of controversial, but it's not to knock anybody specifically, if you can grasp the fact that I'm saying this from a purely logical standpoint, right? If you want to be a great athlete, don't do CrossFit. Okay? Now, what I'm getting at is the fact that a lot of people will be like, I want to be better at soccer or football or whatever, and they'll just jump right into CrossFit, right? Before you even do that, or before you even jump into a program with us, it's not so much what you're doing, it's like, what do you need to improve, right? So, like, do you need to improve your butterfly pull-ups to be better at kicking a soccer ball? No, you need to be able to kick a fucking soccer ball as hard and as accurate as you can. But what you do in a gym and outside a gym should have an effect on that. Now, if all you're doing is shit that's only max strength, only aerobic endurance, and let's face it, when you have to do 30 snatches, that eventually becomes aerobic endurance, way more than strength endurance, because it's exceeding more than a minute of resistance training. I mean, can you snatch 30 times in a minute?
I have not tried that.
I could do it with a PVC pipe.
Nor do I think it's appropriate.
Yeah.
And with perfect form, I don't think at that point.
Now, that's not to say
That's
that,
a
like,
recipe for injury.
it's not to say that I don't know any CrossFit coaches that can't train athletes. There are coaches out there that know what's necessary for their athletes, and that's why their athletes succeed, right? But just this whole concept of people being like, I want to be a better athlete, I'm just going to jump into something that should make me better, right? That's like that's like me playing ping pong in the off season so I can become a better golfer. Like, they don't go hand in hand. They don't fit, which is why we're very against what I had brought up earlier. If you're a sprinter, a very good one especially, right, and you run 100 and 200, I mean, if you want to say 400, fine, right, but you run short sprints and you're forced to do cross country, that is just completely destroying anything you've worked on, to make you fast. And it's old school, but believe it or not, I'm not making up any of these training residual things. You guys can Google Vladimir Issurin. Pretty sure I said that name right. Issurin. He is a Russian sports scientist, and he is the one that created this chart, so be it, for training residual effects. So when you apply these principles, you can make yourself or anybody more athletic. But I mean, everyone needs to take more of a macro picture more often and just see what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, and what needs to be improved, right? So, do you need to be able to learn how to plant and cut super efficiently if your sport is golf? Probably fucking not. But that's not to say you don't need to work in the frontal plane, right? There are ways that you can do that without becoming like an elite 5'10" 5 runner at the NFL Combine. So, I mean, that'd be pretty funny though. But yeah, I mean, that's basically my rant for the week. In a nutshell, it's just don't be an asshole. Like, don't just only run if you want to be a great athlete. Don't just only lift if you want to be a great athlete, right? Find out what you need to work on and work on that accordingly. And here's the biggest thing that a lot of people forget, right? Not only do you need to plan appropriately, but be fucking patient. So, like, I can't tell you how many times we'll have athletes sign up 3 to 4 weeks before their season starts, and I haven't seen them all fucking year. But their parents will be like, I need so-and-so to get lightning fast, but they're not allowed to lift weights. I'm like, okay, so in 3 weeks, I have to take your overweight, weak, slow child and whip out my rosary and hope that God will prevail, right? Because with that type of mentality, the only thing that can help you is the fact that you need Jesus. So, yeah, that's all I really have to say on all of that. Again, I'm not knocking CrossFit. Let's just put that out there. I don't have a problem with anybody that does CrossFit, right? I do have a problem with people that tell you they do CrossFit all the time, tell you that they're fucking vegan, right? I mean, we can keep the list going, but I don't know.
That's what they're identifying as, I guess.
Yeah. So that's all I have about that. Anybody you want to highlight this week?
I think we'll save that for.
Oh, there's one person we're gonna speak about. We'll speak about that person next week. Actually, I do have one person in mind. She just ended a 21-day challenge here.
Oh.
So.
Go ahead. You wanna?
I'll lead it, and then you hop in for the slam dunk.
Oh, are you gonna want me to pull up?
Yeah. So. Excuse you for the delay, but we have a member that just rejoined. She took some time off. Her life got a little crazy, but now she's back, and her name is Megan Dello. And Megan, in her 21 days back, right? So she started off with just a 21-day reactivation challenge, right? Just to really get her back in gear. She was working out 4 to 6 times a week here. She was. We gave her a nutrition plan to follow. We checked in with her week to week, made adjustments as necessary, and she lost over 5 pounds of fat in just 21 days, right? So that was incredible. So yeah, Meg, we're shouting you out. Congrats for crushing your 21 days, and Megan is taking that momentum and rolling with it for at least another 8 weeks with our Weekday Warrior hybrid coaching program. So just like Rich is on, right? We spoke about last week. He's one of our Weekday Warrior hybrid members. Megan will also be doing the same. So she'll be meeting with you weekly or every other week or me, whoever's available, right? Yeah. To go over her nutrition and her training and how we can fit all of that into her life without overwhelming her with anything, right?
Learning, yeah, just creating and developing long-lasting habits, things that become second nature, end up becoming second nature, things that she can fit in, things that she's taking time for, and allowing for those habits to just settle in naturally, normally, and they just become second nature, not even have to think about it. And the most successful clients and members and athletes that we have and have had have all done, not just focusing on their training, but when they start to include the nutritional programming, the coaching, the accountability, that's where you see the results and the ones that last. So the athletes and members who have lost weight, lost body fat, gained gained their lean mass, skeletal muscle mass, and lean body mass, the ones that have and kept it off for months and now years going forward, those are the ones that are most successful, the ones that have done both and they have stuck to both. The training, the nutrition, and the accountability.
Yeah, so again, Meg, awesome. Oh, let's also bring up one thing too. Megan, she had kind of a nagging injury, right? So she was able to do all this successfully, and we were able to work around, any of these, like her calf and knee issue, successfully, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we were able to do all that in the 21 days because, that's what we do. Like, we modify things so that the client can succeed, right? So yeah, is anybody that is, because we've heard it before, right? People will be like, "Oh, I need to heal this injury 100% before I come in," or I need to lose weight before I come in,
or I need to actually get stronger before I come in and train with you. But that's the whole point of coming in is to actually develop that true strength, with quality movement through the specific coaching that we give. Like, that's what it's about. Make the mistakes here so that you learn properly. It's okay to start from the beginning, start from the bottom, and feel good about the learning process. Feel good about making the mistakes and failing on things, quote unquote failing, so that you become better and everything becomes ingrained. The good things become ingrained, the good movement patterns, the healthy habits, and that accountability becomes actually something that you look forward to,
Mm-hmm.
and you learn to let the excuses go and all the BS go, and so that you own up to your shit.
Yeah. So, anything else to add about Megan?
No, she's great.
Keep crushing it, Meg.
She loves bringing us lots of baked goods that Teddy doesn't like to share at all. But
Why would I fucking share?
Why would you like to share?
Yeah, who likes sharing? I mean, like, I think it's a fair trade, right? You always steal the covers. I will always steal the baked goods that people drop off here.
I swear. I'm not gonna bake anymore at home then. I'm not gonna do.
You just need to bake it and then eat it immediately.
Desi and I could eat it in front of you and not. You don't have.
Gina's gonna bake an apple pie, eat a slice, be like, "Oh my God, isn't this delicious?" and then throw it out right in front of me.
No, I would never do that. Oh my God, that would be.
No, you're gonna throw out the dummy pie and then hide the good pie.
My grandmothers would roll around in their graves. My God, I'd be. Get it.
So, yeah, that's all we have for you guys this week on the Overdrive AF podcast. But, always remember, check out overdrivefitnessny.com. Click on Prestige Labs to get almost 40% off, over 40% off sometimes, on a discount on Prestige Lab supplements, right? The best supplements in the game. The supplements that have been helping all of our members succeed and stay successful.
And speaking of that, real quick, let's make sure everybody tunes in, because our own Overdrive coach Jimmy English, who's finishing up his workout here at Overdrive right now,
Jimmy the Brit,
he's going through his own 6-week transformation where he has very specific goals that he wanted to achieve, and with we went over all the nutrition that he's going to be focusing on within these next 6 weeks. This first week's weigh-in actually looks really solid for Jimmy, and he's on the right path. He's doing exactly what he needs to do, using all of the supplementation through Prestige Labs. And I can't wait to see what happens in the next 5 weeks from now. So we're going to bring Jimmy on in the next 5 weeks, and we'll go over all of his stats and what his aims were and goals were within these next 5 weeks from this first week of weigh-in. And again, it looks awesome already, and I'm excited. So tune in for that.
I'm excited to see that too.
Mm-hmm.
And as always, check out muscleleg.com/overdrive for 10% off on your order. Pumpkin spice is still available, so get on that while you can. Anything else?
No, I think we'll be having a pie eating tutorial pretty soon too.
Yeah, and we're going to wrap this up right now because I'm going to go finish up the chocolate and candy that all these fascist parents wouldn't let their kids take off of my hands. So instead of letting it go to waste, I'll put it in my body, and then it'll be thrown out as waste. So tune in next week for another episode of Overdrive AF, and we'll catch you next time.